What's poppin', Bagel Bros, and welcome back to another Patreon rant. If you want one of these, give me $15 on Patreon. This one comes from Temper, who says, can you rant about this perspective of the ending, or like end of prequel, or whatever, of HRT, that is horse race tests? And they link a tweet, which is about... I'm gonna load it up right here, about the ending of horse race tests. It says, this is not as bleak as it seems, in reference to the final race. I guess I'll just give spoilers now that we're here. So if you care about a bunch of blobs in a maze racing against each other, if you care about how the story of that goes down, stop right now. But for me, I know how it goes down. The next video is actually about horse race tests, which is why they're asking me to rant about it. And so we'll go ahead and do that. And then at the end of their request, they also say, also, who's your favorite horse? I guess I'll just say that out the gate. My favorite horse is Pink, by far. I think she's funny looking, and pink is my favorite color. She unfortunately loses all the time. She has only won one race. And then in the tournament, she literally didn't win once. Even in a 1v1, she fucking lost. So she's really bad, but you know what? She's a winner to me, right? Listen, they were racing for radishes, I'm pretty sure, in the tournament. Look, Pink needs her apples. If she doesn't have apples, she's not going to do her best. But yeah, this rant request, by the way, was posted before the tournament, and so at the time that this was posted to Patreon, I don't think people knew that horse race tests was continuing. We were told that it was the end of the tests, but we weren't really sure what that meant. Now we do know. Now the plot has continued quite a bit, and so this theory is kind of outdated. Basically what it proposes, right? So in the final race, it's Garbage Bin, Mysterious Figure, and Nighttime Nightmare versus Superstitional Realism and Jovial Merriment. The latter two are the good horses, the first three are the evil horses, and Garbage Bin wins. Oh, fuck. Sorry, I had a cough there. She is one of the evil horses, and she wins, and there were a lot of End of Ava memes posted about it, but God, there's so much context for horse race tests that I'm not going to bother explaining here, but basically what you need to know is that these three evil horses are representations of different parts of another horse's psyche, and so this horse, their psyche fractured, it's split into all these evil parts, and the theory proposes that Garbage Bin represents Cyan's self-loathing, Nighttime Nightmare represents Cyan's anger at the other horses, and a Mysterious Figure represents Cyan's feelings of betrayal when Superstitional Realism won against her in one of the races. Now, personally, I didn't subscribe to this theory when it initially came out, when we didn't know whether or not horse race tests was continuing. The theory that I went with, because I felt that it was a more interesting way to end the series, was that Jovial Merriment was there to save Superstitional Realism from Cyan's fractured psyche, you know, so that Superstitional Realism wasn't going to get dragged down with her girlfriends. Like, it was too late for Cyan, she is too far gone, and Jovial wasn't there to win, she was just there to stop Superstitional Realism from winning. But obviously, neither of these theories turned out to be true. We actually got the worst ending possible. They're all Cyan, White, and Orange are now evil versions of themselves and compete in the tournament. But at the time, before that point, this was the widely accepted theory, that it was actually the good ending. But personally, I thought it was kind of copium low-key. I thought it's more interesting to have a bad ending and more honest to, because like everyone wanted Jovial Merriment to win, and she didn't. And I think it's more honest to the feelings of fucking pain people felt when Jovial didn't win, to accept that it's at least a bittersweet ending, or even a bad one, rather than try and contrive it into a good ending. And so that's what I find more interesting. But I also just find the concept of people projecting this story onto these fucking DVD logo moving blobs interesting, and I find it interesting to just perceive that in general. And so I don't have anything against that theory, obviously. I think it's still interesting. like the fucking concept of this game having a story is interesting to begin with, and so I find it interesting to see people create these theories to begin with in general. So yeah, hope I articulated that well. I feel like I stuttered a lot, but that's about it. See ya.